Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Yes, hello? Can you hear me? Hello? No, wait 1 second. There's a car flying over me. Can't hear you. So I grew up in Houston, right by Hobby Airport. And I remember growing up, always hearing the planes go by over our house. And I remember we always had to like stop for a few seconds, literally just pause for a little bit just to have a conversation, just when the plane will fly over us. But and I had forgotten about that. I remember my friend had brought it up probably like a year ago or something, and we were just talking, and he was like, remember how we used to always have to stop talking mid-conversation for like a few seconds because the plane will go over us? And I was like, wow, I totally forgot that we always did that. The reason why I'm bringing that up is because, well, for a flying car, the disadvantage will be how loud it will be. And I'm using this construction out here outside my apartment to give a kind of I guess like a demonstration of how it would be if we had flying cars. It'll be noisy. I'm not saying it's a big deal. I guess this is the best example I could do when it comes to the noise. But yeah, definitely the engines for flying cars will definitely be really, really loud. So
the 405 here in Los Angeles, what is it, 6 lanes each? It's 12 freaking lanes? You are fully exploiting the two-dimensionality of travel. But you still have so many cars that you say to yourself, I want to bypass this traffic. If you went from 1 dimensions to 2 dimensions, bypassing is just another lane. But now all 12 lanes are plugged and you want to bypass it. So you're thinking, I need to travel in another dimension. I want to travel in the 3rd dimension. If I do that, I can bypass all these cars. I want a flying car.
Yeah.
We already have flying cars. They're called helicopters. They're noisy. They have to create a downward thrust of air equal to its own weight. If you're going to have a flying car, that's what it's going to have to do.
Right.
They completely disrupt the terrain wherever they fly. So the issue is not that you want a flying car. You want to travel in that 3rd dimension. We already do that.
How do we do that?
They're called tunnels. They're called bridges. When you have a huge intersection, you don't move people through one another. You build one road over the other. You build one road under the other. You are exploiting 3 dimensions so that traffic can go in perpendicular directions simultaneously. That's what the flying cars would have given you. New York City has done this. Let's move in the 3rd dimension. Let's build a subway.
This sounds like a guy who's trying to sell me something
I'm telling
that's
you.
better than a flying car. This is what it sounds like.
I want you to appreciate moving in the 3rd dimension.
I do appreciate
the
it.
New York City subway system moves 1 billion people a year. And they all go in the 3rd dimension, beneath the ground, through tunnels that are layered on top of one another.
Amazing.
How
No doubt about
you
it.
can move that many people.
It's great, but it's not as good as a flying car.
It's not as cool as a flying car,
Right.
but it's as effective as a flying car.
No, not
because
for a
I go
person who has a
past-
flying car.